What's going on, guys? I have a very special treat of a training for you guys today. If you have an online coaching business, if you sell services through Instagram, through TikTok, through Facebook, wherever it is that you're communicating with people and you are getting calls booked, I have a training where I sat down with one of our students one-to-one to review his call booking process. So here's the thing, guys. People have mixed feelings about DM outreach. Some people say it's outdated. Some people say it doesn't work. Here's my opinion. DM outreach works. I built a 6-figure coaching business purely off of DM outreach. No ads, no challenges, no promotions, simply just booking calls through the DMs. We built PTBI into a 7-figure business before ever running ads using purely DMs. And so DMs works. The thing is people don't know how to communicate in the DMs. They don't know how to ask the right questions. They don't know how to posture their calls correctly. They don't know how to provide value and nurture leads long term. And so I always like to sit down with my students, review their DM conversation so I can point out exactly where progress can be made to help them get better results. And so this is a session I had with one of our students, Sam Tavares, on how he can get more calls booked. Now, Sam had a really awesome conversations because he was about 90% of the way there, but you'll be able to see clearly here how 90% of the way there simply isn't good enough, right? That extra 10% of asking the right questions and also building and nurturing the relationship makes all the difference in the world. So if you are an online fitness coach, I highly encourage you to take a lot of notes because this training will make you a ton of money, sign a ton of clients, and it will change your life.
Hello.
What's up, soldier?
What's up, coach?
How was this weekend for you?
Oh, life changing, man. It was exactly what I needed. I feel like the majority of what I was struggling with was mental and just the way I was approaching my life. I always felt like I don't struggle with, laziness or, working hard. And I have a very go-getter mentality. And I always dream big and I want to act big, but I just had a lot of, bad thoughts in my head that was not allowing me to act. So I feel like I was able to lift like almost all of them. So I think honestly all of them. So I feel like I'm ready to attack.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, man. So what I wanted to talk about to you today was the DMs because I know that that was the biggest bottleneck for you. Um, You're getting a ton of responses. I know your program is probably fantastic. So I really want to just focus on your conversations, getting calls booked so that way we can start making some sales. And then I'm also going to give you a little bit of a little gift at the end. So if I forget, remind me because I have something for you. So this is good. So why don't you just walk me through some conversations that are either in the process of getting started, maybe conversations that have gone ghost, or, you know, let's dive into as many conversations as we can so that way we can.
I think this one was cold. I think this one was cold.
Cool, man. Well, dude, fucking sick that you're getting responses because cold outreach is definitely not easy, especially in today's day and age. So the fact that you're getting responses is fantastic. Goober, how are you? Go to the gym 6 times a week. Cool.
Oh, let me get the screen out of the way. There it is. Okay.
I like the question, how are you feeling about your training? Are you happy? It might be a little too soon to dive too deep because at first, you're total strangers. And so if you're asking too many deep questions too quick, you could just get someone to ghost. But he did respond, so I'm not going to knock you for it. Something that you also want to do too is repeat back to them what they say to you. So that way there's some active listening going back and forth. It's like, dude, that's awesome. You're going to the gym 6 times a week. What are you currently working on? Or what are your current goals right now? Right. And then he can tell you
Right.
his current goals. And then you can dive deeper into how are you feeling about your training? Are you happy? Right. So you kind of want to keep it surface level. And then as you get deeper in the conversation, the questions get deeper. But like I mentioned, the fact that he responds is good. Okay, cool. I do believe I can take it to another level. Perfect. Yeah, this is much better than the initial, because normally you would have jumped into trying to get him on a call, right?
Yeah.
Or try to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like you want to have a little bit more of a case. He says, I do believe I can take it to another level though. And so instead of jumping into, oh, well, I have a program, I can help you, I can get you on a call, be like, okay, cool, man. What does that next level look like for you? Right. And then when he defines what that next level looks like for him, you're going to want to figure out why is he motivated, right? So now we understand what his goals are. We understand what his challenges are. And we also understand what's motivating him to reach his goal. And then you could say, well, like, hey man, if you're committed to make a change and hit that next level, I can we can hop on a call and I can show you a little bit more about how I can help. Or you could frame it as, hey, if you're committed to reaching that next level because you have these motivating reasons, then let's hop on a call and I can give you some free advice. But you don't want to frame the call as, hey, let's talk about my program or let me sign you as a client. You want to frame the call as, you just told me these 3 factors. Now let me help you with those 3 factors. Right.
Right.
That way there's value in for them to jump on the call. Sweet. Okay. So great job asking her about fitness. Great job. Instead of diving into, your program or anything, you're still sticking with the questions. You're getting her to open up. So what motivated you to start? Great. Now you understand the motivation. Cool. All right, scroll down. So yeah, so here's where you don't need to go into problem solving, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to go into problem solving. So like you don't need to be the coach in the DMs. You don't need to try to diagnose or assess them in the DMs. Really what you want to do is just do the 3 things. What are your current goals right now? What are the challenges that you're facing with them? And what's your motivation? So scroll up really
Mm.
quick. Like those are the 3 check boxes that you want. So scroll up really quick. Okay, cool. Hold on. Okay, scroll up. Okay, so here's the problem with this conversation is she keeps talking about what she used to struggle with. And she keeps talking about what her goal used to be. And she keeps talking about what used to motivate her, right? So you don't really have any leverage for you to offer a call right now because she isn't giving you any sort of context that would inspire and motivate her to hop on a call to solve her problems right now. Right. So like you could say, hey, that's really awesome that you were motivated to go into the gym because you were a workaholic. I'm super glad that, after 1 year of, no dieting exercises, you're still, like working towards your goals. But let me ask you a quick question. What are you currently working on right now? What is your current goal right now? What are the
Mm.
challenges that you're facing right now? What's motivating you right now? Right. And
Mm.
once you figure out those three things, you can then leverage that to book the call.
Okay, and the 3 things are, once again, they were what's motivating you.
Well, first off, it's goal.
Okay, what's your goal?
Then it's
Your
challenge
goal is a challenge.
and then motivation.
Okay, and what's your motivation? Got it.
Yeah. And so, like I mentioned, what you want to do is you want to build a case around them. Imagine you're a lawyer and you're about to go to trial. You're not going to go in unprepared. You're not going to go,
Mm.
you're not going to go in unprepared. You're going to do your research. You're going to find out as many facts and, you know, as many facts and information as you can around them for you to build your case to be able then to present to the jury. Right.
Right,
So you want to understand, okay, what does your current situation look like right now? And where are you trying to go? And let me help you get there.
right,
Right. Now, the beautiful thing is that once you have that, what you can do is once you have the motivation, the goal, and the challenge, and you offer your call, say, hey, I'm actually taking on a few, or actually, you don't even need to mention your program. Actually, there's a couple different ways that you can go about it. You can go about it in the frame that, like, hey, I want to help you reach your goals. Let me help you for free. So, like, let's get you on a quick call. Once you're on the discovery call, you can then explain your program in a little bit more detail. And if they're interested to learn more, you can book them for a sales call. Or you could be a little bit more upfront with it and say, hey, I'm looking for 5 people to take on. And I know I can help you reach your goals. Let's hop on a call and see if this would work out for you. But if you take that route, you do want to explain your offer in a little bit more detail to see if people are interested. Once you have those 3 things, what will happen and you pitch the call, what will happen is they will either book the call or you can then follow up with them. And that's where the follow up starts. If they ghost the call booking, then you can, hit them up a week later and say, hey, I know you said your goal was to achieve X, Y, and Z. I just made this free training that's going to show you exactly how you can do that. Where's the best place to send it to? Right. So that way you can re-engage that conversation after you've already pitched them, nurture them up a little bit more, restart that conversation, have a second, third, fourth conversation, and then you can ask again. Because
So
sometimes
re-engage them with free content.
Mhm. Or you can just re-engage them with another question.
Mm.
You can just slide back in. Hey, Flores, how have you been since we last chatted? I'd love to catch up. Right. She re-engages. Then you can say, awesome. I know last time we talked, you had the goal of achieving X, Y, and Z. How's that going for you?
Mm.
Right. And then you could rebook them for a call or re-pitch the call. So understand that like you're not always going to book calls your first time engaging with someone. And you shouldn't expect to book calls your very first time engaging with someone. Sometimes it might take 2 or 3 conversations with the person before they trust you enough to book a call with you.
Right.
Right. Some people have really large guards up. And so, if they ghost you on the call booking, just keep them in your pipeline, follow up with them, re-engage the conversation, and ask again. I'm good, bro. I have a friend as a coach. Okay. So like something you could do here is you can just open up the relationship. You can open up the door. Um, Having a friend as a coach doesn't really mean shit, right? It's a cop out. Is your friend actually a good coach? Is your friend actually coaching you? Is your friend just giving you tips here and there? Are they invested into your relationship, or are they just a friend that gives you tips when you're out getting drinks, right? But if he says I'm good, you definitely don't want to be oppositional. So what I would do is say, hey man, totally respect that. If your friend is able to, help you with your goals, all power to you. But I do have some free resources I'd love to send to you. Is it cool is it cool if I send over some trainings to you? Right.
Mm.
And then, who's going to deny free trainings, right? If you have something to give them for free, then, who's going to say no? And if they say, yeah,
Right.
you can go ahead and send it over to me, then you can say, cool, just so I know which is the best training to send over to you, do you mind telling me what your goals are right now?
Mm.
Right. And then you can go into the case too, right? Do you mind telling me what your goals are right now? Do you mind telling me what your challenge is achieving that goal? Do you mind what's motivating you to reach that goal? Okay, cool, man. Well, based on what you've told me, I think this training would help. Can I send it to your email? Boom, send it there. Awesome, man. Well, I'd love to hop on a call, see if I can help you in any way. I know you said that your friend is a coach, and I don't want to overstep, but I would love to give you some free advice if you're open to it.
Right.
Right? He's either going to book the call, and you have the opportunity to then pitch him on your program on the disco, or he's going to say no, thanks, he's good. Right? Now, if he says no, thanks, he's good, well, you have his fucking case now. You know his information. You can then follow up and say, hey, Will, how's that goal going for you? Right? Or, hey, Will, did you get a chance to watch that training video I sent over to you? Right? That follow up and nurture is where you're going to be able to book a lot more calls because you're building and deepening and strengthening the relationships long term. But the initial conversation should be focused on building that case first. You have a pretty solid relationship with this guy. So at this point, you've been talking to him for months. He's had this goal to lose weight for months. It doesn't really sound like he's making major progress. It sounds like he's having a hard time with the diet. So at this point, you could just be like, yo, man, how is your cut going? I know a few months ago you were talking about a cut. It sounds like you're still trying to get down, right? How's that been going for
Mm.
you? Be like, yo, dude, I just want to make, an offer to you. I'm looking to take on 3 clients. Let's do this and let's change your life. Right. So now you could be a little
Right.
bit more direct because you have a stronger relationship with them. Um, you can do that. So you could just kind of call him on the shit and just be like, yo, man, we've been fucking going back and forth for months. Like, let's just do this. Let's change your life.
Right.
Right. Because now he's just seeing you as someone who checks in on their fitness, like another friend or something like that. But like you can honestly just cut to the chase and just be like, yo, when are we gonna change your life? Like, let's stop wasting time. Let's do this. Yeah, you might want to follow up with him and just be like, just make the fucking offer. At this point, it's like you don't want to continue wasting time. You just want to make the offer. Because the thing is, it's like if you don't ever get to the offer, then you're never going to take that next step. And the offer here is the discovery call. So it's like if you're going back and forth for months, just make the offer, and then now you when you follow up, you can follow up based on the offer. Just reach out to him, ask him how his cut's going. And if he's still working on his cut and hasn't been able to commit to it, call him out. Just be like,
Right.
bro, we've been talking, and obviously use like very soft language here, but just be like, bro, we've been talking for months now. You've had the same goal to lose weight, and you know, every single time I check in, you're still working on that goal. It doesn't sound like you've made like well, it doesn't sound like you've hit that goal. So, you know, I'm looking to take on some clients. I know I can help you. I know I can change your life. So let's do this. Okay. So what I would do here, it kind of sounds like you didn't exactly know where to take this, huh?
I kind of figured that he probably wouldn't be interested in coaching because
Well,
he's in pretty good shape. I didn't really know what to do.
that's not necessarily true. You know, a lot of bodybuilders hire coaches, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have a fucking coach, right?
Right.
So what you can do here is he says, I've lost 60 pounds, cut up and gotten way stronger. Every day furthering this progress has been an absolute blessing. And they asked him, said, what you can say is like, hey man, it sounds like you're making pretty solid gains. Are you working with a coach right now, or is this a self-paced journey? Um,
Mm.
and then if he's saying that he's doing it on his own, just be like, hey, are you running into any challenges when it comes to, well, actually, hold on. Just keep scrolling down. Actually, sorry, scroll up. So one thing I would want to say is that you do want to stay away from vague goals, right? So when you say what's your, because when you have a vague goal, you can't use that as a leverage, because what I was about to advise you would only be possible if you had a very clear goal. And so oftentimes you'll get stuck because the answers that you'll get from people are vague and you can't necessarily use that. And so you say, I saw you were into fitness, physique is fire. What's your overall goal? To be naturally and cut up as possible. Okay, but what does that actually look like? Like
Mm.
we don't have like an end destination in mind. Naturally and cut up as possible is super vague. And so, you know, we can't do anything with that. Right. So to be naturally cut up as possible, awesome, man. What exactly does that look like for you? What body weight, what body fat? Okay. Because
Mm.
now we can understand where he wants to go. Then we can figure out where he currently is. Because we don't know how
Right.
far off from his goal he is. So like we have to make it clear. We have to make it concise, or like have clarity. To be naturally fit and cut up as possible. Okay, well, what does that look like? How much do you want to weigh? How much body fat do you want to have? Like what does that look like for you? Oh, you know, I would want to weigh, you know, 180 pounds. I want to be at 10% body fat. Okay, cool. And where are you currently right now? Okay. Oh, I'm 195 and 14% body fat, or 12% body fat. Like, perfect. What's standing in the way from where you currently are right now and that end goal? Because that
Mm.
way we can use the end goal and where he's currently at to discover what the challenge is bridging that gap. If we don't exactly know what the challenge is or what the end goal is, it's hard for us to ask where he's having challenges, because you know we don't have any clarity. In a case like this, and you would say, what's your end goal? Where do you want to be? And he says, you know, clear, concise, a concise goal. Okay, cool. And where are you currently at right now? He says a clear, concise current situation. Perfect, man. And what's stopping you from reaching that goal? And he says, nothing's stopping me. I'm just putting in the work, or nothing's stopping me. It's just time. Or, you know, I have a plan and it's going well and I'm making progress. In that case, it'd be like, okay, cool. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like you're on your grind. You're doing a great job. So keep it up. Right.
Yeah.
But if he's saying, you know, I really want to hit this goal. This is where I'm currently at, but I just keep self-sabotaging. Or, you know, I just can't lose those last 10 pounds or those 15 pounds. Then now you can use that as leverage. But you need to know what the end goal is. You need to also know where they're currently at right now. And you need to be the solution to take them from point A to point B. These conversations since our talk last weekend they've improved a lot. Say, I'm curious if you have any fitness goals this year. If so, how's that process going so far? Just to get stronger, bro. Going well, see some changes. Okay, but what exactly does getting stronger look like, and what's motivating you to get stronger?
Mm.
Right? Do you want to increase your bench press? Do you want to increase your, you know, deadlift? Why is it important that you get stronger? right?
Mm.
You want to get more clarity because you can't you can't leverage just get stronger. It's not powerful enough, right? But when you
Right.
help them flesh out a vision of like, hey, I want to get a stronger bench press because it's going to help me feel more confident or it's going to help me win a competition, then you can leverage that as saying, hey man, I can help you achieve these goals. Let's hop on a call and I'll give you some free advice. He says at the moment I'm trying to get all my four sets to 10 to 12 reps and putting my weight up each time. I can do 4 sets of 12, 10 to 12. Okay, but why? Like why are we doing
Mm.
that? What's the goal?
Right.
Right? So you need clarity, you need to have a case. Right
A little
now,
more
it's the
clarity.
yeah, the reason why you're having a hard time booking calls is because you don't know enough about them to use it as leverage to offer the call. So this is a really great opportunity for you to assess. So like he says, one question, my chest pops from the side, but I want that definition from front. What's a good exercise to get that? Hey man, if you don't mind, would you mind sending me some photos of what you're talking about? Right? Can you send me a picture of your chest from the side and also from the front, and also send me a picture of what you want it to look like, right? Because now you're going to be able to kind of deepen that relationship. Now he's going to offer up information about himself. There's going to be trust in a relationship built. And then a really great thing for you to do here to nurture that relationship would be to send him a video message, right?
Mm.
So now you're not a stranger, right? Where you have all these other dudes that are in the DMs all day. How many fucking DMs do you get from total strangers online that you have no relationship with, right?
Tons. I got one yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the likelihood of you booking a call with a total stranger online is very low. But if you establish a relationship, which you're doing a really good job with these people, but every single time you take it a little bit further and you take it a little bit further and you take it a little bit further, um, you increase the chances of them being willing to hop on a call. I'll give you an example. I back in 2017, 2018, I was a single man. And, there was a girl that I followed on Instagram, thought she was super cute. I followed her. She followed me back. We had DM'd a couple times and, it didn't really escalate from there. I offered that we hang out. She didn't really take the bait. I asked for her number. She gave me her number. And then one day I FaceTimed her, right? She picked up the FaceTime. We chatted face to face. And all of a sudden, our relationship just went a little bit deeper. Now I'm no longer a stranger on the internet, but we had a real conversation where she saw my face, she heard my voice. Um, and then I said on the FaceTime, I'm like, hey, let's, go out, let's do this thing. And she's like, yeah, I'm down. And when I asked her, I was like, I know were really shy initially. You didn't say yes. I'm guessing that what did it was the FaceTime call. She's like, yeah, once you FaceTime called me, I felt more comfortable. Right. And so these are opportunities for you to deepen your relationship with your audience, deepen the relationship with the people that you have online. So if he asks you a question, ask him to send you something before you just give him the answer. Right.
Right.
Ask him to deepen the relationship with you before you just give him the value, because now you're just becoming a free resource. Right. And so that's a really good opportunity for you to, just stand out from everyone else. Right. Especially if you send him a video, right? Imagine if you send him a video of you showing your face and be like, hey, man, if you want to reach that goal, these are the 4 exercises or these are the 3 exercises that you need to do. You need to do a lot of incline work, and you can even show your upper chest, be like, this is going to be this muscle right here. And you're going to do incline dumbbells and you're going to do incline barbell, right? Now you're fucking in, like your foot's in the door, right? And then you could say, hey, bro, if you ever want to talk about, building a good chess program, let's hop on a call and I'll walk you through what that would look like. Then you can make the call. Then you can make his call positioned for this challenging question, right? And at the end of the call, you can say, oh, by the way, I have a program. I'd love to show it to you. And then you can book him for a sale call, right? And that's going to be a training for a completely different time.
I didn't think I was gonna get that much value from this DM conversation. That's
I did.
crazy.
I knew it was I knew the DMs was the issue, bro. The fact that you're getting so many people responding to you is fantastic. But now we just need to figure out how can we go above and beyond? How can we make the call about them? How can we get you to deepen the relationship with this person before they're willing to hop on the call? Because a lot of people need nurturing. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
All right, let's do one more and then we'll wrap up. There's no clarity here. I need to cut. I honestly, I would even question his ability to speak English, to be completely honest, but I digress. Need to cut. I bulk up some extra weight. Awesome, man. What are you looking to cut down to right now? And where are you currently at right now, physique wise? Right. There's no
Right.
clarity. You need to know, sure, like Sam, I'm sure your goal is to make more money. Okay. Well, how much money do you want to make? How much money you're making right now? Where's that gap? You need to have
Right.
it's for you. You need to have a very clear picture of what his goal is in order for you to offer him support. Yeah. So this is too much problem solving.
So,
Yeah. You don't need to do like a full-blown assessment or anything. All you're trying to do is just deepen the relationship here. You can save the assessment stuff for the sales process once you get them on the discovery call and the sales call. But here, you just want to figure out those three things and you want them to be clear, right? What's your current goal? Make it clear. What's your current challenge? Make it clear. What's your current motivation? Make it clear. Offer them a call to support them on their goals. If they ghost or don't respond, then follow up with a training video or follow up with, a follow-up message. And, you might need to follow up and have multiple different conversations before someone's ready to book a call. Yeah, you're
too much
doing
problem solving.
yeah, too much problem solving. That's too much problem solving. Yeah, there's really no reason. You really don't need to talk about where he lives or what the weather is or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. You don't need to. So what you can do here is, because you have such a lengthy conversation, like this guy's definitely not a stranger. You can even hit him with a hard CTA. Just be like, hey man, I'm looking to bring on a couple clients who want to get in shape. I know that you had the goal of, cutting down to 155, and you've been struggling to hit that for a few months. So let's fucking change your life, man. Let's just do this. And then if he asks, anything about the program, just get him booked in for a call. So yeah, this would be someone that, you know, you've gone back and forth with him enough times that you can just follow up with him with the CTA, or follow up with him with like, hey man, let's just, I know your goals. I know you've been working at it for some time. When are you going to stop bullshitting and fucking commit? Right. Now,
Right.
again, say it with a little bit of a softer tone. Cool, man. Do you have any questions?
Questions. Honestly, I think I'm just ready to apply that stuff. I love like the stuff you were talking about, clarity. That was definitely like game changing. So I'm gonna apply that, and I'm also gonna keep focusing on just the three things in the questions and not do too much problem solving.
Yep.
And if they ghost or uh don't respond, I'll try to deepen that relationship with like free resources, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the next DM conversations are going to be a lot better.
Yeah. Just think of your DM conversations as like, you have multiple attempts, right? It's not a one shot thing. Like, it's not a one shot thing. You have multiple attempts. And so what you should do is go in with your curiosity hat on and build the case, right? Who is this person? What are they trying to achieve? What is a clear vision and goal that they have? Next thing is going to be, okay, now that you have the case, use that to leverage the call. If they ghost or they don't take the call, that doesn't mean that they're not interested. It just means that they don't trust you yet. And that's totally fine. And so, in order for you to combat that, you just need to come back. You need to come back. You need to come back. It's like, I don't know, imagine if a raccoon came to your doorstep one night. You're like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not like, rabid animal, get away from here. But if it comes back every single night, one night you might leave out food. And then
Hmm.
if it comes back for a month, now you're leaving food out every night and you give it a name. Right. So
Right.
people need to be warmed up. Okay.
Okay.
And then with every conversation that you have, you could be a little bit more direct. Be like, yo, man, when are we gonna fucking hit your goals? When are we gonna change your life? When are we gonna work together and help you, transform?
That's awesome. I feel good.
Sweet, bro. All right. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that training. If you are looking to get better results in your business, there's two things that you could do. Number one is you could stick with the free content, which, you could totally get a ton of value. I actually really plan to give away as much value for free on this channel as possible. So the first step is just click subscribe. If you like this video, if you like this content, if you want to have deeper trainings on how you can grow your coaching business, hit subscribe and we'll be posting videos on a weekly basis. Now, number two, if you want to take a step further and you want to receive help, you want to receive the systems that we've created that we give our students, then I encourage you to check out the Personal Trainers Business Incubator. The link is down below. It'll take you to our website. You can see our testimonials, see our client success, see our transformation, and even see our process. And if you're interested, you'll find the next steps from there. So with that being said, guys, really appreciate your time, really appreciate your attention, and we'll catch you guys in the next training. Peace.